As we consider the last words of Christ this Easter season, let's keep in mind that Jesus, true God, became human. He became true man. And everything he experiences in this passion narrative, his last words, come from a deeply human place. As he relates to us, God himself relates to us in our human experience. And so even consider today's words from Luke chapter 23. In verse 34 it says, "And Jesus said, 'Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.'" Here Jesus was coming to the last moments of his life. Jesus' life was doomed. It was all over. Even the Garden in Gethsemane, Jesus knew that his time was coming to a close and there was nothing that could be done about it. And that raw experience overwhelmed him. And so as he's walking up to the place of the skull, to Golgotha, to that hill where he would die, it was overwhelming. You know it would be. Yet, he could still entrust himself to God. Consider the different parts of this phrase that he has. It says, Father. In that moment, the first thing that he says is simply like the Lord's Prayer, right? The Lord's Prayer says, Our Father in heaven. The first thing that we do is we see past our circumstance. We see past the doom or the darkness that enshrouds us, and we see our Father. Can you do that? I have to ask myself, can I do that in my circumstance, in my doom? Can I see the Father? Do I know that he listens to me? Do I know that he cares for me? Can I come to him? The second piece is that Jesus releases these people. He says, forgive them. Father, forgive them. Jesus takes the accusers, the ridiculers, his enemies who have put themselves against him, and he releases them to the Father. Not even for judgment. He doesn't even say cast down judgment on these people. He says forgive them. To release them in his heart. To release that pain, to release that bitterness is so essential. Or consider the third piece where he says, for they know not what they do. This is incredible. We talk about the judgment of charity, right? Well, the judgment of charity is very difficult when your enemies stand in front of you, taunting, gloating, causing and inflicting pain and suffering, even doom to the end of your life. He's able to look at them and know their hearts and to say they don't know what they're doing. In one sense, they know what they're doing. They're killing him. But in another deeper sense, they don't understand his identity. They don't understand his mission and his plan. And he knows that. If they would have known, they wouldn't have crucified and killed him. And so in this Easter season, as you consider anything that's happening in your life, and you think the doom or the darkness or the destruction is there, consider these three parts of what Jesus says. One is go to the Father. Two is to release all bitterness that would be in your heart to him. And third, look at people and look at circumstances with the judgment of charity. And may God give us grace to have a heart like Jesus does.